Hello, I'm here at the beautiful Lauderdale House in North London today. I'm here to see something called The Bigger Picture, an exhibition of works by contestants from the BBC's The Big Painting Challenge. Now this is going to be a real great chance for me to see the contestants as artists and to see what really makes them tick. So I'm going to go inside, have a look at the works and also have a chat with some of the contestants before the preview tonight. Melvyn, thank you very much for joining us today.
No problem, no problem.
Exciting day for you all.
Absolutely, yeah.
Looking forward to tonight?
I really am. Yeah, it's come together beautifully. You know, it's been you're not quite sure whether it's going to work or not, but you know, yesterday was a hard day's work, but it's worked out really well.
So you weren't still painting in the early hours or anything?
I wasn't, but I think some were. Yeah. I think Heather's even repairing one of hers now.
Oh dear. Fantastic opportunity for you to show people what you're about outside of the programme and to show us who you are as an artist. Presumably that's pretty exciting for you, and was it difficult coming up with a body of work that you felt would accurately describe what you're interested in?
Yeah, well, you're right, it's raised my profile a great deal and it's been an exciting experience. I had a fair body of work together anyway, which I've called on. But I've done some new stuff as well, you know, obviously over the process, because we're looking back to last summer, you know, so it's been a long process. But I've been working all that time. Yeah. So it's a mixture of some of the stuff is quite old actually, and some of it's very new.
And I think throughout the whole exhibition it's a very eclectic mix. It's very interesting. I've seen pictures that perhaps I didn't necessarily think would come from some people. I've seen stuff that I've gone right away, yes, that's them. And you're downstairs. It's a fantastic venue to come to. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful building. Your work seems to me to be quite eclectic, and I've noticed you predominantly from your website use quite a lot of watercolours. Sure. I noticed quite a lot of sort of architectural stuff featuring. But I was also interested in, I think, what you called heritage portraits. Perhaps you could just tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, it was like, it started when my father-in-law was in the Battle of Arnhem. Yes. 1943, something like that. And there was a lot of family interest in that. And we found this old photograph of him, you know. So I said, well, it'd be nice to do a painting with the bridge at Arnhem in the background. You know, sort of tie the two historical things together. There's him in his uniform. And a lot of people picked up on the idea. And I thought, well, this could work. And a lot of families have got old photographs of their relative hero, you know. We could do those as a portrait and then research the background. If he was in the RAF, it could be an old plane and things, you know. Yeah.
And it's got that wonderful link to the past.
Exactly, and I'd have a lot of fun researching that. Yeah. Getting the medals right, getting the badges right, cut the uniform, the whole thing, you know.
So it must be nice for you to have a project like that you can really sink your teeth into. Exactly. What are you mostly using? I noticed, like I said, some watercolours on your website. Do you have a preferred medium?
Watercolour's my core skill. That's why I used it on the Alnwick Castle challenge, which was probably a tactical mistake actually, because there didn't seem to be a lot of interest in watercolours, A, with the judges and B, with anybody else. Yeah. So I was the only one using watercolour. Maybe I should have researched that a bit more. But watercolour is my basic skill, my core skill. And I've moved on through acrylics to oils and pastels from there, you know.
And how have you developed as an artist? What first got you started with art? Because you had a career in, was it design and
graphic design?
Yeah. So, you know, the two sort of tie in. But you know, in terms of sitting down and doing a painting for painting's sake, how long have you?
Graphic design is very tight. It's sharp edges. It's blocks of colour. It's type. It's photographs. You know, very, very straight, very rigid. Yeah. And that's like my painting was like that inevitably. Yeah. And I've tried to break loose from that tightness, and the judges were very helpful actually. Lachlan Gowdy was here yesterday and we were talking about the paintings, and this I'm trying to move to this area where I'm more freer. I once went to a couple of classes and the lady there said you need to be more sploshy. Yeah. Great word, sploshy, isn't it?
It's one of the many art words. We need an art dictionary.
So I'm trying to move in that direction, but I find it. Watercolour is easy because it's a fairly loose, sploshy medium anyway. But when I get onto oils, I just get too tight. You know, I suppose it's knowing when to stop as well.
Exactly, that's always the clue. Yeah. In terms of sort of keeping yourself inspired and keeping energised and motivated? What do you look for?
It's interesting you should say that, because I only retired about 3 or 4 years ago. And retirement was really hard for me. Having spent, I ran my own business for 30 odd years, busy life, and then suddenly it stops. And you get up in the morning, get your clothes on, and what do I do now? So painting's filled a void for that. Yeah. I always did paint. I painted as like an amateur, as a hobby painter. That's the word. But it's taken on a bigger dimension now for me, and it's filled the gap that work was doing.
And there'll be people watching this, members of the Society for All Artists who are perhaps in your position, that may be recently retired or looking to start painting. What would you say to them?
I mean, what I'm going to say now is a load of cliches, and I don't mean to sound like cliches, but you just need to get in and do it. You shouldn't be afraid of making mistakes. No. You're doing it, and you're not doing it for anybody else. You're doing it for yourself. Yeah. You're pleasing yourself, and just get in. And don't just think about doing it. Do it. Once you make that plunge. And then maybe take some classes, or but look at other people's work. I think that's very important. Not just living artists. The previous ones.
And who do you look at? Past artists, say, who are your big influences?
My real hero is John Singer Sargent.
Yes.
And Monet. They're the two heroes. Singer Sargent, his brushwork was so brilliant.
Oh, it's annoying.
It takes your breath away.
They're wonderful to look at, but you go out hating the man. But.
And he was he obviously did it so quickly as well. I can pour hours over something. He would have flashed it in a couple of minutes.
That brings us back round to the looseness that you're aspiring for. Yeah, and that's the plan going forwards, is it? You've got this amazing show now. This is going to be hopefully a good springboard for you and the other artists to show the world what you're about. I
want to do get into some galleries, take part in exhibitions and competitions and things. It's given me that incentive to do it as well. Being with the other 9 artists has been a real experience, because rubbing shoulders over a long term with those people is you get to know how they think. You look at their work, the way they work, the patterns of their work. And that's been helpful to me as well.
It seems like there's a wonderful spirit amongst you.
Absolutely, it's wonderful. Yeah, it could have been really backbiting in competition, but it wasn't. We just got on.
Yeah, and it's come together to make this amazing show. And I wish you the very best for tonight. I'm sure you'll be very busy, and I really look forward to seeing more from you in the future.
Well, yeah, let's hope.
Good luck with the looseness.
Hope I can keep it coming. Yeah, thanks very much.